It's the end of our journey here in Kiato. Florian and I are about to head to the highway, or head to the road, and try to catch a ride to Megalopolis, which is where we're heading to next. It's near a bigger town of Tripoli. We have a couch surfer that we're staying with there. So luckily we only have to walk like 1 kilometer to the road, and then we're just going to start walking and see if we can catch a ride from there. Hopefully we have better luck than when we were in Megara trying to head here. Here's to an adventure! Look, we found road dogs. I call the black one. Which one do you want?
For you to bite you?
No, that's my road dog. He's gonna hitchhike with us. Okay, so that is the road we need to get to. Okay, well there's nowhere here a car can stop for us. I think just beyond that roundabout, we might be able to find a spot where someone can stop off or pull off and pick us up. Okay, we found a spot right next to this sign. There's a little pull out right there next to that white car. So hopefully this works. So we're going to try to make it to Stymfalia, which is like a lake, I guess, because maybe Tripoli and Megalopolis is too far. And it's just one straight shot all the way down to Stymfalia. So we're going to tell the driver that's where we're going, and then if we're lucky, maybe they'll go farther. Okay, we were there for about 15 minutes, and we realized that a lot of people live at a nearby little village here. There's 2 of them. And so we're going to walk to the end of our village, where there's absolutely no villages whatsoever, just a long road. And we're just going to walk to the start of it and see if we have a better luck there. Okay, we found a spot now. Everything from here is just uphill. We have to go up, around the mountain, through the mountains, so wish us luck.
And in Peloponnesos, are there any places we should definitely visit?
Peloponnese is very nice, very nice.
Okay, we're now in Kaliani, the next village over from Stymfalia, which is where we were trying to get to. It's a beautiful lake, but I think Stymfalia might be too far off the main road, so we're going to try to catch a ride here to Tripoli, and then from there to Megalopolis. But this is like so different than Athens. We're just in the middle of the mountains, surrounded by mountains here. Super beautiful, but also really quiet. Wondering
if there are going to be a lot of cars
yeah,
here.
I don't see any traffic, so we might be here for a while. But he definitely took us a lot farther than I thought.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to be like halfway.
And it was super friendly.
Yeah, he's just right there. That's him right there.
He just said, after 4, you're fucked here because it's too cold.
Yeah, and it's 10 right now, so I'm glad we started early.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been here 15 minutes, and finally someone stopped. It was like the 3rd car that passed, and he was willing to take us, but he was only going to Stymfalia, which is the next village over, but it's not on the highway or on the road that we're on. So unfortunately we had to decline, and now we wait.
Megara, you go to Tripoli?
Όχι, από Τρίπολη,
Ah,
από
oui.
εδώ, από εδώ.
Yes.
Πούνα,
Stymfalia?
πούνα, Στυμφαλία, Τρίπολη, Στυμφαλία πάμε εμείς. Όχι ρε, Τρίπολη θα κάτσεις για Τρίπολη, εδώ θα κάτσεις, εδώ. Να ο δρόμος αυτός. Από τι πάει ρε μαλάκα.
Ναι.
Ναι, για να βγει κάτω, για να πάει Τρίπολη ρε. Εμείς πάμε Στυμφαλία, Φενεό. Πάμε Φενεό.
Yeah, so what I was about to say was all the cars are pretty much going to Stymfalia, so we're going to go past the road that takes you to Stymfalia. It's just like up here, it's not so far. That way, these people are so nice, but I wish we were going to Stymfalia.
I wish we could speak Greek.
I wish we could speak Greek too. But that was probably like the 6th car that's driven since like 30 minutes. But yeah, so now we're gonna go to the other road and hopefully we have better luck. Squeaky shoes. So this lonely road just right over there is what's gonna take us to Tripoli. But it could be a lot worse. It could be raining, snowing, windy. But nope, not a cloud in sight. And we're blessed with these amazing views of the mountains. I don't think I saw them in Athens, but I'm sure they were around. But all over this part of Peloponnese, we've been seeing these shrines. This one obviously isn't in a viable condition, but they're all over here. So after 2 vehicles already stopped and offered to give us a ride to Stymfalia, we decided to go there after all. Get some food, a coffee, a refill, and then from Stymfalia, try to figure it out and try to get to the 66, which is like the main road, which will hopefully take us to Tripoli. You cold over there?
No, I'm just pretending to be cold.
Oh. So it looks like we're only 5 kilometers out. Hopefully we get another willing person to drive us. So yeah, there's no cars whatsoever. So we're deciding to walk it. All I want right now is some warm coffee and some food. I'm so hungry. We have a bunch of dogs barking at us now. Luckily they're not attacking, so that's good.
Woo, woo.
So there's Stymfalia. There's a little restaurant right there, but it also looks like a petrol station. But it looks cold. Or cold. It is cold. It looks closed. There's another little cafe, but it appears to be closed. So I don't think we're going to be finding any coffee or food here.
I think everything is closed for the winter.
We see some smoke coming from a potential little restaurant or something. Hopefully that is our ticket to food. Well, it was closed. And now we're at this little coffee place, but it's also closed. Everything is closed. Shall we walk to the 66?
I think that's the best option.
So now we have to walk another 5 kilometers to the main highway, because I don't think anyone from here is heading to Tripoli or heading that way. Okay, we found a little shop. They have cappuccinos and pizza, so we're happy. This is much deserved. What's really funny is that we were walking towards the 66 on a little road, and this place just kind of popped up. And it's interesting how this place in the middle of nowhere is open, but on the main road, nothing is open. And they're getting business. There's a few people here.
They're arguing with each other.
Yeah, arguing, having a Greek conversation, a natural Greek conversation. And they have everything that you could want. So it's been 32 minutes since we have arrived here, and we're still not entirely sure if the pizza's coming.
We're not entirely sure if he's actually preparing it or not.
Yeah, we told him we wanted two, and then he took some tongs and went over it because it's in like another building. And so he took some tongs and 2 little paper bags.
But they're also just like chicken together. Like they're just talking.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think probably going to die here.
Okay, so it turns out he did make them. How is it?
And you can pay by card.
And you can pay by card. They have Wi-Fi, even though I didn't use it because by the time he was done talking to his friends, he brought our UFO thing. Our UFO pizza thingy. It looks less like a UFO now, but when it was frozen, when he showed it to us, it looked just like a UFO. Anyways, we have it now, and instead of eating there, we're going to take it on the road since we're losing daylight.
Yes.
It's a race against time at this point. We left at 8 o'clock this morning. It's 4.5 hours, and we've only gone like 30 minutes or 40 minutes out of Kiato. We're in like a really, really desolate part of Greece. There's hardly anybody
here other than nature, and
I mean, it's incredibly beautiful, and I love the scenery, but there is just nobody here. We're just trekking through mud now. There's my shoe. Yeah, there's no trail anymore, but we need to go that way, on the other side of those mountains. This is quite the experience that I was not expecting today. I thought we'd just be on the highway a few times. I had no idea I'd be walking like 10 to 20 kilometers today. It's one of the best things about like hitchhiking or just traveling in general is you don't know what the next day is gonna hold for you. There's Florian. Okay, we're getting closer. We're almost there. We just have to go on the other side of this. So that is where we started. Well, that's where we had lunch and coffee. There's a bunch of ruins here. Like one down there that we've just passed. I don't know if this is a town or a little village or if it's like a ghost town.
ooh, scary.
At least we'll have a pretty interesting story to tell our couchsurfing host in Megalopolis.
Maybe it's just like, okay. Nah.
It's like, I've heard better. So from up here we have a better look at the lake, which is almost not a lake at all. But this says the bank of Stymfalia Lake. But we're almost to the top now. We just have to go through that. What a crazy adventure this has been. I'm still just like blown away by the experience I just experienced. And yeah, and we still have a long journey to go before we get to Megalopolis. Okay, we're leaving this part behind. And now we're going to this part. So this road right here is the one that we were hoping there'd be more activity, because since we were on the other road and there wasn't anything, and it's about the same. There's no cars. So this is going to be interesting. It's about 2 p.m. We have a few more hours of daylight. All right, we made it to the bottom, and there are no cars whatsoever. And so we're gonna walk another 3 kilometers to where this road way over there meets, and hopefully get the best of both worlds, since there's barely any cars on both the roads. I thought this Route 66 was gonna be our savior, but I don't know now. No cars on this street, but we have a bunch of sheep. So we're approaching the end of the 3 kilometers. And I think, what, 2 cars
Yeah,
passed?
something like this.
And they just sped right past us. They wanted nothing to do with us.
And also the other road we were walking through, maybe 2 or 3 cars also passed.
Yeah, there's the crossroads.
More sheep behind you.
And there's more sheep over there. And we're almost to the crossroads. It's about 2:30. We have a couple hours of daylight. Is there a car coming behind me? Okay, this is the first car we've seen in like a half hour. Let's see. That's a big negatory on that one. So if you remember that museum of Stymfalia, when I last filmed over there, it was 5 kilometers away. Now we're 13 kilometers away.
So we walked the wrong way.
And then right here we have a cafe, 4.5 kilometers this way. So that's good. Well, somebody finally stopped, but I guess they're just going to this town right here. He didn't speak any English, so I tried
This town
to.
is not even on the map, like how small is it?
I tried to ask if we could just go like as far as he was going, but he said he's not going to
I hear
Tripoli.
another car. I definitely hear
Okay,
another car.
here's another car, so
I
let's
see
try it
another
out.
car.
So the bus right there, he came down this road, and I think he was willing to pick us up, but he unfortunately was going that way. We're going that way. There's like a sheep herder's paradise over here, wherever we're at. This is a village, but it's so small it doesn't have a name. Or does it?
Maybe it has a name.
But it's not on the map.
Not on Google Maps.
Alright, it's been a half hour so far, and we've seen about, I don't know, 7 cars. And another bus who actually was going the way we needed to go, but
This guy was just confused.
yeah, he was just staring at us, and then he just slowly drove past us. And then one car stopped, and then as I was walking over to see him, he just drove away. Alright, we're on the move now. There's not really anywhere else to go, but it's better than just sitting here. Getting about less than 10 rides every half hour. Everyone is just so confused to see us, and no one stops. They just, seems all of them just slowly drive past us and wonder what we're doing. And so now we walk to where, you ask? I have no idea. Tripoli, I guess. 60, what did it say, 70 kilometers almost? Okay, well, we found this church, and before we continue walking, we're gonna scope it out and see if possibly we can sleep inside.
First thing we were thinking about when seeing this church was not like, oh, let's check out how beautiful it is.
Yeah,
Like,
let's check out a warm
maybe we can
place.
Sleep here, sleep here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's open.
Well,
It's cold. Indeed, we could sleep here.
yeah, it'll be warmer than outside. But I say we keep walking. It's still early in the day. We're literally in the middle of nowhere now. I'm losing hope that we're going to make it to Megalopolis today. Since we left the church, there hasn't been one car that's been on this road. Okay, I'd say we're about 5 kilometers in now. We still haven't seen a single car come this way. We've seen about like 7 come the opposite way. We had 2 choices, to take the main highway or to take the little streets, and I think we should have taken the main highway. I thought the little streets would be better because cars are going slower and there's more places to pull off and pick us up. But that only works out if there's actually people. But the view definitely makes up for it. The view definitely does not get old. But the sun is going down. I think we have another hour or so of daylight. And then it's gonna be cold. So that guy finally picked us up. Florian was a little bit ahead of me, and I gave him the thumbs up. He just drove right past me. He gave him the thumbs up, drove past him, and then, I don't know,
like 20 meters.
20 meters, he kind of just stopped and then rolled back, cleared off the seat for us, picked us up. But yeah, he was super friendly, and he drove us all the way to Levidi. Levidi? Yeah, Levidi.
Yes.
And so I was so thankful because he just drove us through all this snow and, prevented us from walking like 30 kilometers. And so we bought him a coffee here at this shop, and now we're waiting to see if we can get a ride to Tripoli, which is 25 kilometers that way. So 2 random guys just asked us if we're going to Tripoli, and we said yes, and now they're taking us to Tripoli. Well, we made it to Tripoli. We were just talking about how stupid it was that we were walking through unknown parts, not knowing that it just goes on forever and there's no towns for anywhere to stop. And if it wasn't for that guy, we would have been stranded on the side of the road sleeping, or probably just keep walking until our legs fall off.
Yeah, until the next morning.
Yeah, and then hopefully getting a ride. But here we are, we're in Tripoli. Now we're gonna go look and find a bus to Megalopolis, and can't believe we're actually making it here. So we're now on a bus. I think he's taking us to the bus station that's gonna take us to Megalopolis. But he doesn't speak English and we don't speak Greek, so we don't entirely know what's going on. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. We're on the bus to Megalopolis. The journey is almost over.
Yes.
We made it.
We made it.
We are here. The journey has ended. And we get this entire house to ourselves, which is just crazy. We have that room that I was just in. And then we have this room right here. And then, of course, a bathroom and a kitchen. And yeah, so we're just going to unwind, take a shower, get ready. And then they invited us upstairs for supper. So, have a good night.